Good morning to all. This is for 6th SEM TTTCTE students under the subject Engineering of Textile Structure. So today we'll try to understand the idealized helical yarn structure given by Hull. So we'll try to understand the idealized yarn structure of continuous filament yarn. First, we'll discuss the various assumptions we have taken in this model. First is yarn is circular in cross section and uniform all along its length. Second is yarn is made of series of concentric cylinders of different radii. We have assumed that yarn is made up of series of concentric cylinders in which the filament follows a uniform helical path so that its distance from yarn axis remains constant. I'll show you the figure in few moments, so you will be able to understand it in a better way. Now the third assumption is that filament at center will follow straight line of yarn axis, but as distance from the center increases, the helix angle gradually increases because turns per unit length is constant in all the layers. Let us first see the figure. Now this is an assumption of the continuous filament yarn ideal structure. Ideal structure that we have assumed that cross section is circular and yarn is composed of concentric cylinders, and the filament at the center is following this straight path, and the outer filaments like this is a general filament. This is just encircling the cylinder of radius r, and this is the outermost filament which is this following this path, and the distance from the axis of the yarn is always constant for every layer. Now next assumption is packing density is constant along its length and number of filaments per unit area is constant. The yarn is assumed to be made of large number of filaments. Now we'll try to understand this basic yarn structure and the notations. All these notations I have written here. Okay. Now in this case, this is yarn dia, yarn circumference. In this we have noted capital R for yarn radius and small r for any general cylinder I have taken whose radius from the center is small r. Now capital R is for yarn radius, that is outermost cylinder. Now the filament which is on the outermost cylinder, that has the twist angle or helix angle alpha. So alpha notation we have given for the filament which is taking the path on the outermost cylinder. This is called surface helix angle, and theta is the general notation we have taken for helix angle for any general cylinder which is at radius, which is having a radius r, small r. Now this h, what is this h? H is the length of yarn for one turn of twist. H is the length of the yarn for small h. It is length of the yarn for one turn of twist. Now since TPI is same in all the layers, so the cylinder which is inside is also having same TPI. This h is same for that cylinder also, and this h is same for outer filament also. Okay. Now the notation small l and capital L. The filament, this is the length of the filament. This is general cylinder taken at the at any general radius, small small r, which is having angle theta. The length of the filament is this L, small l. And when we take the outermost cylinder, then the helix angle is alpha. H will be same for both, and the length of the filament is capital L. Now if these are opened out diagrams, that means if we cut a cylinder and open it, we'll get a rectangle. So this rectangle will have height h, and this length will be 2 pi r, that is circumference of this cylinder, and where this is for for the surface cylinder, and this is for any general cylinder inside the yarn. So now we know the notations. Now we will try to find the relation between these parameters. Okay, now this h is the length of the yarn for one turn of twist. So basically it is inverse of turns per centimeter. What is h? H is inverse of turns per centimeter. Now what is the relation between these three parameters? If we will say this is tan alpha, then tan alpha we can write 2 pi r upon h, 2 pi r upon h. Or we can say, since h is inverse of turns per centimeter, then we can say tan alpha is equal to 2 pi r into में turns per centimeter. And we can also correlate this length L with turns per centimeter and yarn radius. Okay, we'll just see some interrelations. Now this I have written h is equal to 1 upon t, where t is turns per centimeter. Then h will give you the length of the yarn in centimeter for one turn. Okay, now next is, you can write according to Pythagoras relation, L square is equal to h square plus 4 pi square r square for both the rectangles. This is tan theta is equal to 2 pi r upon h, and tan alpha is equal to 2 pi, where this is the yarn radius and this is inverse of turns per centimeter. So you need to remember these small relations to understand and to calculate various numericals we'll share in the next few classes. Okay, now this part is not that important, so we'll move to relationship of yarn diameter and twist factor. Now just listen carefully that yarn takes, what is yarn takes? Yarn takes is weight of 1000 meters of the yarn in grams. So weight of mass of 1000 meters of the yarn. So we can write it as density into volume, and volume of the yarn, if we consider it to be a cylinder, then it is pi r square h. Volume of cylinder is pi r square h. Now h is 10 to power 5 centimeters. 1000 meters can be written as 10 to power 5 centimeters. So we can write pi, this is the radius of the yarn, pi r square h. This is the volume of the yarn. Now volume into density. Density is inverse of specific volume. We have already understood the meaning of Vy in the last class. Vy is the specific volume of the yarn, which is inverse of density. So we can write this relationship. Here we are relating yarn takes, yarn radius and yarn specific volume. Now we'll go somewhat further. We can write this relation in terms of yarn radius also. If we know the takes and specific volume, you can calculate now. Tan alpha is equal to 2 pi rt, that is 2 pi r upon h it was earlier, and h is inverse of turns per centimeter. So we can write tan alpha, alpha is the surface helix angle. Now if we substitute the value of yarn radius, this value here in this equation, we'll get this relation, that is tan alpha is equal to 0.0112. This is turns per centimeter. This is root Vy, that is specific volume of yarn, and this is C is the takes of the yarn. So this is the final formula we are getting, and here we can write tau also for the takes twist factor, which is turns per centimeter under root takes. So this is the final relation we are getting. We'll do some numericals based on this formula. This is very important relationship between surface helix angle, specific volume of yarn, and takes twist factor. So you need to remember this. Thank you. I'll stop it for today. Thanks.